morning, good morning. Welcome to today's episode of Nirvana Analytics Breakfast Series. So, without wasting too much of your time, we'll be diving straight into it. Starting with the Dow Jones 30, which is the index that tracks the 30 largest industrial companies in the US. So, right now, we can see that the market is having a very clear bearish trajectory. Very clean. It's been dumping for a couple of days. And right now, it's still bearish, as of this moment. However, has now crashed into the daily Bollinger lows. So, even though the weekly is still giving very, very bearish vibes. So, you know, um, based on this, I'll be happy to look for sells on here today. With caution though, because price has right now crashed into the Bollinger lows on the daily chart. So if we do have a retracement upwards, it could start to look somewhat like a rejection, a bullish pin bar rejection. So you can never know. You know what? As a matter of fact, it might actually be safer to just leave this guy out of the watch list for now. Because it could very much reject down here and give us a bullish pin bar. So I'd rather take this off my watch list. On to the next one, S&P, same story. It's clearly bearish, however, because it started out the day with a dump, we need a retracement to enter. So if it does give us a bullish retracement, it could start to look like a bullish pin bar on the daily chart. So clarity of direction is the first and most, it's the first thing we need to look out for. I won't say most important thing, but it is the first thing. Without clarity of where you're going and how do you know what bus to get on. So on to the next one. Nasdaq, same story. We get this one out. UK 100. This one, on the other hand, might offer an opportunity to us because, unlike the rest of its US counterparts, this one has not crashed into the bottom Bollinger on the daily chart. So this might actually be a very good one to look out for. So yeah, we have our levels mapped up, and basically we'll be waiting for retracement to key level and then further confirmation. So up next we have AUD USD. Another very good potential trade which has already taken off this morning with a nasty dump. It has already dropped heavy, but it hasn't exactly touched the Bollinger. So I would not shut
It's the
myself
biggest,
up to
biggest ever
the
black.
So I've not shut myself up to the opportunity of a potential bearish continuation. So I'm going to leave this on my watch list and map out the levels. Next up, we have USD JPY. Yeah, this just might be our trade of the day. Clear as day. Very, very effing bullish. There's no reason why I'm not happy to jump on the buy here. I'll be watching my 1 hour charts for retracement to a proper ideal point and then further directive on entry. We already have our levels mapped out here. As a matter of fact, it already gave us a couple of rejections earlier. You know, down here we had a clean rejection, but all the other parameters we need to see to align for us to take a trade have not aligned. So we definitely will be watching this one very closely today. We also have USD card clearly bullish, looking for bearish retracement to get in on. Um, Next up, we have GJ, another very clearly bullish. If you remember from last week, we had this one as a swing opportunity, a swing trade running on our swing portfolio. We held this trade for a couple of days since this day, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We held this trade for a good 7 days before we closed it out for a decent profit on our swing portfolio. So, yeah. Um, Next up would be Euro JPY, also very bullish, waiting for our retracement, map up our levels, and just so yeah, this point will be my first ideal point of entry. So let's see. Next up, we also have Euro AUD, another one which has unfortunately taken off without us overnight. I think there must have been some very interesting data from Australia overnight because we're getting all of the AUD pairs seem to have had a strong move overnight. So maybe there must have been some interesting data, you know. Next up, we have GBP AUD. Same story. Euro AUD. I'll be taking this off because it has already touched the top of the Bollinger, so there's no need to chase. Next up, GBP AUD. Quite similar to Euro AUD, but this one has, you know, this one has not touched the Bollinger or the resistance level, so we might still have an opportunity here. That being said, that brings me to the end of this quick morning check. So that leaves us with a number of assets on our watch list for today. We have the FTSE 100, we have the AUD USD, USD JPY, USD CAD, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and the GBP AUD on our watch list for the day. So we will be mapping up our levels and basically waiting for retracement into our levels of interest and for the potential to get into the trades. For further analysis, you can join us on our live stream by 3 p.m. every day, where we, you know, look at the markets live, trade the markets live with you guys. If we're fortunate to get an opportunity for an entry within the time we're online, we'll be more than happy to share our trades directly with you. Also, if you're signed up to our boot camps, we'll give you further updates to uh, I mean, if you've taken our boot camp or signed up to our trading club, we'll be giving further updates on trades. Once we take any trades, we'll be updating on the groups so you can follow through with us. That being said, I wish you guys a fabulous, fabulous day ahead, and yeah, best of luck.